Hey, welcome back to Engineer's Workshop. So let's finish up that quick project that I started last time, making the brass adapter for a new silicon rubber seal on the coffee grinder lid. Shouldn't take too long to wrap it up. It'd be nice to show you a project start to finish beyond the introduction. So we'll get right on over to the lathe and knock that little project out. In case you're wondering what's behind me, this is basically the contents of the beach table saw, outriggers, main table, auxiliary tables with the in-feed and out-feed rollers. I am going to set this up at the far end of the building once Big Red, the F-350, moves out, and then this guy's for sale. You need to find it a good home, so talk to all your buddies who may have a cabinet shop, do heavy-duty woodworking. This is an awesome saw. So let's get over to the project that I just described. Okay, I've got my components here for my coffee grinder cover project. The original cover with its missing rubber seal, long rotted away. New silicone rubber seal which fits the OD of the porcelain jar but doesn't fit this. New brass disc. So the plan is we're turning this down to a 1-inch tenon, male tenon. Facing this, putting a 1-inch pilot hole through this, accurately sized. Hold it in the slitting saw arbor. So I got to get my 5-inch slitting saw off of there. And let me get some dimensions taken so that I can lay out a print for this. Okay, here's what I came up with. We're shooting for an overall thickness of about a 1/2 inch. I ordered a 1/2 inch slice and McMaster gave me about 67 thousandths over that, so a little bit of room to clean it up. Our groove depth or diameter is going to be 1.60. The OD, not super critical. I'm just saying let's go for 100 thousandths deep slot, so 1.80 to 1.875 would be fine. This is a 1-inch hole. I'm going to put a taper on here on the back side, a lead in, probably, I don't know, 120 thousandths by maybe 10, 15 degrees. And that's just so that when I press this onto the wood, I can, compress the wood into this diameter without shaving it off. And the groove width has to be about 90 thousandths. My slitter, or my internal grooving tool is 60 thousandths. So one full plunge in, step over 30 and do it again. So, and then I'll just roughly center that. Maybe I'll bias this a little bit towards the outer edge. So let's get the chucks swapped out and get the blank faced off and put the rough hole and bore this. Okay, I've got my face running within about 5 thousandths. I'll take that just to give it a quick cleanup cut. And then that will be the registration face for sitting in the pilot of the slitting saw arbor. Ten thousandths took care of it. 9,550. We're at 859, I think. So I was, my low end was 800 thousandths and my upper end was 875. So let's go for 850. So I'll try to take another 9 off. $9,550. We're at 859, I think. So I was, my low end was 800 thousandths and my upper end was 875. So let's go for 850. So I'll try to take another 9 off. Okay, so now with my OD at 850, difference between 1.60 and 1.850 is 25 thousandths. So I need a groove depth of 12.5 thousandths. Now with this guy on, I'm going to have to run it backwards. And like I said, I think I will bias it towards the front a bit. So what do we got to do? Let's set a stop. I'm going to put my compound on 0. And that'll be the first point on my groove. I set my compound on 0. So now I just come up to my stop. Barely have enough clearance, but clearance is clearance. See if I can film this from the back side a little better. Okay, so since obviously we're on the back side, I'm going to have to run the lathe in reverse. And basically when I touch, I need 25 thousandths on the dial. Excuse me, 250 thousandths on the dial to give a 0.125 depth of cut. $10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130. I think I can still get my calipers in there to measure that. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to step back or step up my additional 30 and come into the same depth. Now I've got a wider groove that I can measure. $171.5. Okay, halfway there. Starting to hit the OD of my okay, I test fit my silicone seal, and it is just snug in the groove, which is fine. It does collapse fully back to its original diameter. So I'm going to call that groove done. I need to tick the corners of this and then put a lead in on the bore of the brass piece. going to do a 15-degree chamfer on the ID to let this thing compress over top of the wood plug. There's our finished piece. So we now need to turn the wooden part down to a 1-inch ID or 1-inch OD. It won't be too awfully bad if we just do that. This is a little bit experimental, turning the wood in this lathe. What we're going to try is we've got a Bosch 2-flute, kind of a deep straight cutting bit, carbide edged. And the Bosch, you know, these wood cutting bits, they have a little bit more aggressive rake. So what I'm hoping is that this can scrape / shear material off of the OD of this wood piece if I run it at a fairly high speed. Once again, take light cuts. We'll have to run in reverse. Other than fairly annoying noise, that seems to work. We'll take another couple cuts, see where we're at. I think that'll work out just fine. This is a nice hardwood like maple. And a little over 1.5 inches, so we got a ways to go. .360, 1.360, taking about 60 thousandths off at a time. .60 thousandths over, so I want to go to 10 thousandths over. Ten and a half. That is a 10 thousandths press fit For steel, that would be horrendous. For wood, not so much. And I can't resist to do this. Just wants to start, so let's press it home. It felt nice, other than a subjective test. Sweet, got a little bit of a projection there. Didn't mar the outer surfaces of it. So let's go put it into service. Well, there we have it, finished item. I did wipe everything down with denatured alcohol. Get any traces of oil or dirt off there. I don't want anything contributing to the smell of my precious coffee. So let's get this loaded into the groove and try it out. All right. Oh yeah. Give it a little bit of a turn. Sweet. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It was nice to be able to see a project start to finish. I'm glad I didn't have to make a wooden donut to hold the wooden lid. Just, wrapped it with a couple wraps of it's not wet or dry, but it's like a 240 grit sandpaper to give it a little bit of bite, so I didn't have to clamp down on it real hard. Just put it into 3-jaw, and that was good enough to take the cutting loads of the wood cutting bit and true up that tenon to make it a nice press fit for the brass donut. So thanks again for watching and subscribing. Shares and likes are appreciated. That helps grow the channel. So try to be back again next week with another video. Now that I'm getting into the summer and we've got the weather that's suitable for outside stuff, I got a lot of stuff going on at the house. Looks like we're into replacing a couple of concrete porches that are pitched wrong direction, funneling water in toward the house foundation. So videos might be a little bit sporadic over the next few weeks, or actually months, with the summer weather coming in. But hey, we'll do what I can when I can. So thanks again for watching. And till next time, as always, from Engineers Workshop, stay safe.